Hey there, my name is Hirsch Milani. I'm a current NYU resident, and today we're going to do another case for the CCS section of Step 3. This case is going to be a acute chest pain and shortness of breath case, and it's going to be a 10-minute case. So here we have a 38-year-old presenting to the ED with severe right-sided pleuritic chest pain and dyspnea that started 2 hours ago. She's a little bit tacky, a little tachypnic, not satting super well. Let's see what's going on. So she's a 38-year-old on OCPs, very important. Shortness of breath while just sitting at her desk, all of a sudden. That makes us feel things like pneumothorax, PE, ACS. She has also some hemoptysis, so maybe more PE than anything else. She also had a recent flight, okay, and calf pain, swelling, okay. So it seems like everything's kind of going towards like DVT leading to PE and someone on oral contraceptives. So let's go and try to actually do the physical exam and just confirm this. Physical exam is important, but all of the points come from the order, so we really want to focus there. For a physical exam in an emergent situation, I only do top 2, bottom 2. If it's abdominal pain, then I'll add genital and rectal. And if it's in the office, we have all day, then we can do a full physical exam. But this patient, I don't think really needs one. So speaking in full sentences, some dyspnea. Okay, neck veins are okay. Some decreased blush sounds. Some edema, definitely. Abdomen soft. And then tachycardic, okay. So now we have that. Let's go and actually stabilize her and then try to diagnose her. Once we have the diagnosis, then we'll focus purely on management. So for someone like this, my abbreviation is CAMO. So cardiac is the first one, and I don't like writing cardiac. I actually write EKG because it opens up a couple of things you'll see shortly. ACC for access. M is for morphine. A patient like this, morphine's fine. You can give NSAIDs, you can give Tylenol. And then the last one is oxygen. And I would write it exactly like this because if you type EKG, then you can click both of these in the same search. Similarly for ACC, you'll get access and AccuCheck, whereas if you type access, you won't get both. Morphine is just morphine. And then oxygen, you'll get all three. So you can get oxygen therapy, so giving them oxygen. You'll do oxygen sat, like an ABG, and then oxygen sat, as in like pulse ox monitoring. So half of this is understanding the game of how the system is set up, how the orders are set up, so you can maximize that. So this is stabilizing. We haven't moved forward in time, but let's go ahead and try to diagnose while we do this. CBC, CMP, let's get a beta HCG on a very young person, maybe they're pregnant, increasing their risk factors. We can get a lactic acid. Let's get a PT, let's get a PTT. We should definitely get an EKG, troponin, a BNP. Let's get a chest x-ray. We can get an echo to see if there's any right heart strain, if there is a PE. If there's lower extremity swelling, we should get Doppler. And then I think our suspicion is pretty high, so we should probably get a CTA angio. You'd get a CTPE in real life, but CTPE is just a CT angio of the chest with contrast. So let's CBC, CMP, and the goal is to really, and anytime I'm not sure whether it's serum, urine, just order both because you truly won't lose points for over ordering these insignificant kind of non-expensive, non-invasive tests. And so it's better to really get into the habit of just over ordering, and it's okay. So, and anytime you're trying to order something you've already ordered, it'll let you know. Okay, so we already ordered those. EKG we had already ordered. Troponin we have not. BNP, chest x-ray. Let's get this echo. And then Doppler lower extremities. Excellent. CT chest with contrast. So those are good. Now let's actually see if we can get it. Now in terms of timer, very important. So many people waste so much time just doing new result, and then they'll just keep doing this over and over. And you keep clicking all these buttons, and it makes it way slower. In emergent cases, I really like doing this one because each time the result's ready, it'll show up, and then you can decide if you want to keep going Or if that result changes management, now you know the diagnosis, you can tell it to stop and you can put in more orders, and then you can push everything through at the same time. So I really prefer this. So let's initiate that. Beta HCG negative, great. Continue, no pneumo, but Hampton's hump, that's not great. Okay, a little tachycardic. Maybe some T-wave inversions. Okay, that's pretty non-specific. ABG's okay. CBC also is pretty normal. Here I'm just looking for an asterisk because oftentimes all the default values are kind of irrelevant, but if they want you to know something, then they'll put an asterisk. Here we can see, okay, no asterisk, nothing, okay, a slight troponin. Now, if the PE is leading to right heart strain, totally possible. And it does look like that's happening based on this echo. And so we'll definitely have to treat this. So, okay, we clearly have a PE here. So let's hit OK and just stop now. Because if we keep waiting for these results, we could lose points. We don't want that to happen. We want to actually start treating as fast as possible. And so for a patient like this, we should probably call the PERT team, which is like the PE, which is probably just consult pulmonary. Let's see if we can get pulmonary. Okay, brought in. Let's just do consult and see which consults we got in here. That could be helpful. Geriatric, palliative, poison psych, urology, physical. Okay, so we don't have anything here, but there's got to be a pulm consult. Let's pulmonary. Okay, pulmonary angiography, bronch, PFTs, pulmonary medicine consult. All right, there we go. And so oftentimes whenever I'm not sure, you can actually just type in kind of what you're looking for, like pulmonary artery embolectomy. I don't know if this patient's a good candidate for it. I mean, they seem like they have pretty horrible right heart strain. And so it's better to go more aggressive in patients like this. Heparin would totally make sense. We can even try TPA. The reason I feel okay giving something like TPA, even if it's not the right answer, is in a case like this, you have the flexibility. You know this patient has a large PE, and so we can go more invasive and we're less likely to lose points. Whereas if we kind of go less invasive on a case like this, there's a huge chance we lose points. So let's get heparin started as well. So we'll start some heparin therapy. So now we have all of those. Now, in terms of what else can we do for management, I think the question is like, why is this person having PEs? They could have because of medication. So we want to discontinue the OCPs. We probably want to see if they have like something like lupus or something. So let's see if we do ANA, anti-DS, anti-mitochondrial. We can get discontinue medication. Oftentimes whenever I'm not fully sure exactly what the order is, I'll search words like this and then it kind of pulls it up. Advise, maybe they have some factor deficiency changes like a factor 5 Leiden. So let's see, we got ANA. We're down to the last minute and a half, so at this point it's really important to go somewhat quickly. So we can confirm. Okay, mitochondrial they didn't love. Let's see if we can find it real quick here. Smooth muscle, sure, we will get ANCA, sure. I mean, this is the one we were looking for. Let's discontinue any medication, side effect counseling, that's good. Anticoagulant precaution, sure, we can do that. Contraception, not emergent, estrogen therapy. All of these are good ones to just click because advising the patient for the wrong thing, it really won't make a difference. But missing it will make you lose points. And so we want to make sure that we don't do that. Okay, it seems like it doesn't love. Okay, we already did the medication one. Okay, so it doesn't like us at all. Okay, I think our advising has come to an end. We're down to the last couple seconds. Let's Make sure at this point, the world is our oyster. We can push through as many of these as we want. And so we got a bunch of these, and now we'll just wait for the score. We're down to our last 8 seconds. And so hopefully this is majority of the points we would kind of want. And hopefully not. Okay, fantastic. So now 93, not bad. We'll see what we missed here. So we did a lot of the diagnostic orders, factor V Leiden, grade CTA, angio, protein C and S. That would have been fantastic, actually. In a patient like this, getting protein C and S would have been really, really good to see if maybe they have some deficiencies. It seems like they would have been normal, but it's always important to do as much workup as possible, and then heparin, oxygen, access, cardiac, pulm. Okay, so it seems like we did pretty good. And so whenever it comes to these cases, really, really important, you'll see it's a race against time to just get in as many orders. If you want to actually practice that part, you should not only just do the cases here. The cases, this is really good for understanding the structure of it. If you want to actually get good at the cases themselves, go to the speed order section and go to the same case. So for example, this was case 10, and do it here. And what it does is it starts out with the diagnosis hidden, and it gives you kind of the chief complaint, it gives you past medical history, so on and so forth. And then you'll put in just orders. And this is just a faster way, because the thing that takes a lot of time in these cases is just clicking everything. And so here, if you just see this, you read this, and then you start working on it. So you do camo, you do EKG, you do oxygen, you put in all of the various orders that you would for the actual test. You can get CBC, CMP, you can get beta HCG, CG, you can get UDS. All of these, you put them in, and then once you're done, you can hit reveal diagnosis. And if you're right, if you weren't able to pick it up from here, now I'll give you the diagnosis, and now you just keep putting in orders. And so what it does is it teaches you, okay, the first set of orders I'm going to put is going to be stabilizing and trying to diagnose, and the second set is going to be management. And so now at this point, in case if you didn't know it, you're like, okay, sure, so I need a CTA, I want this Doppler. And the other thing is it teaches you how to search in a way where you can actually find the thing you're looking for quickly. Whereas if you are constantly on test day trying to figure out what was the way that I pull up a CTPE, you're going to waste a lot of time. And so this gets you a lot of reps, and then it only gives you these 2 opportunities to put in orders. Then you hit see my results, and then it gives it to you. And so you'll see that, I just tossed in a bunch of orders, but it's a really good way to get it in all these reps very, very quickly in a way that it becomes second nature. But I think it's a great resource. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.